Thank you, Mike. Pleased to be joined by the co-defensive coordinator here at Purdue, Nick Holt. And, Coach, you guys made a huge jump last year defensively. In fact, you were the most improved scoring defense in the country. So with a lot of attrition off of that team, what's the key to maintaining that level of play?
Well, obviously, we got to replace some of the seniors that were really important to us. And, doing that, we're young. I think we have some guys that eventually will fill those spots. We got to make sure we're not doing too much for them early in the season, let them grow within the system. And in saying that, some of our veterans really need to do a great job of leading these young kids and showing them how we do things. So, bottom line is early in the season, we got to get lined up. We got to play really hard, but we got to keep things inside in front of us, not give up the big play, and make the offense have to work for it early in the season.
Other than replacing a bunch of players, how else will the defense be different?
I think that different in a way that we might be a little more simpler early, not as much trying to scheme people and just get line up and being good technicians and playing hard and things like that. But, we're going to do what we do and what the coaches feel real comfortable at. And some of our schemes will remain the same, but we might have a couple different looks as far as personnel, not being a little 3-4. We might be a little more 4-3 this year and being a little simpler maybe. But we'll see how that goes.
Talk a little bit about the leaders that you're going to have to count on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, obviously, I think Marcus Bailey's going to be a leader for us. He's such a fantastic football player. But quite honestly, our secondary is, I think, pretty good. And Jacob Thieneman is really developed into a top-notch safety, in my opinion. I think Navon Mosley has really improved himself, especially in the weight room this summer. Those two guys I really trust. We really trust as coaches. I think they're really good safeties. And our corners, we're young at corner, but we're very athletic. I think we have great competition there. We have about 6 corners that we feel good about that can go in and physically, play. Hopefully they know what they do. But I think we have in the secondary, I think we have some guys to make things difficult for some of the skill people that we play. It's just up front. We got to get, like I said, we got to do a good job being physical. And in this conference, as you guys well know, we got to stop the run, and that's real important. And we're young, and we're not maybe the strongest at some positions, but hopefully we'll play hard and make up for some of the lack of physicality.
Tell us about some of the guys by name that we might see that we haven't seen.
Well, up front, you'll see a kid named Giovanni Revere. Big defensive end out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's done a nice job. He redshirted last year, so he spent all his time on the scout team getting beat up a little bit, learning his trade, so to speak. We have another defensive end, Robert McWilliams, who has flashed, really a very fast kid, but has to learn to play football a little harder and things like that. Inside, I think we have another freshman that's going to play, Jeff Marx, who was an early enrollee from Mobile, Alabama. He shows flashes of being physical. Again, he's a true freshman, although he graduated early. Those 3 guys up front, hopefully in time, will make an impact for us. Obviously, Lorenzo Neal has played a lot of snaps for us. He's a good inside guy, but he needs to have somebody behind him to rest him a little bit. Linebacker, really a guy that's really had a good fall camp. That's going to replace Jawan Bentley at the Mike Backer is a kid named Cornell Jones, big physical kid. I don't know if you saw him around here, but he has had a really good fall camp. He didn't have a great spring. He went in great shape. He kind of flip-flopped around, but he had a really good summer, has had a great fall camp, and we're expecting great things from him and Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes played a lot for us last year as a true freshman. Those 2 linebackers plus Marcus, we're going to be pretty good. We got to stay healthy. And then in the back end, I like our 2 young corners that have had good springs and good fall camps. That Dedrick Mackey and Kenneth Major, the right corner. They both have done a nice job. So those are some of the new names you'll see. I'm sure there's going to be some other guys popping up on the roster, as you well know, but hopefully all those guys in time will be really, really significant participants on our defense.
Coach, you talked about early being able to keep it simple so they can play fast.
Yeah.
Where's the balancing act?
Yeah, you know how that is. Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah,
How do you get that feel for when it's time that we've got to install more that it's not enough?
You know, as we always say, you know, you want to do what you do and be really good at it and do a few things well. But I'm of the opinion that the more you can do really well, the harder you are to play against. So, you know, we'll have our base stuff, but that's what we do as coaches. Obviously, we got to try to create mismatches. We got to get our best players in position to make the plays. That's what I think is really important for us this year, is to find some guys, find those 4 or 5 guys and get us out of drives. We got to put them in position to make plays for us. There's 3 guys I know right now. Yeah. We got to find about another 2 or 3.
Okay. Nick Holt, thanks a lot for your time,
You
Coach.
bet. Thank you, guys.